Thank you, Lester. Journalist friends, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as I stand here today, humbled by the CPJ accolade, I look back at my career and realize that I have confronted violence and intimidation all through my working life. As far back as 1991, when physical attacks on journalists were rare, members of a powerful ethnic militant group, armed with guns, knives, and iron rods, barged into my Karachi apartment to punish me. What was my crime? To have quoted verbatim from their leader's speech in my report. He seemed to have made his indiscreet remarks in the mistaken belief that no journalist was present. Even my brother Anwar was not spared because he came to my rescue. I was hospitalized with multiple injuries, including head wounds. The support from the journalistic fraternity was huge, and there were demonstrations across the country. I felt very reassured. By 1995, I had moved to Islamabad when members of an Islamist militant group charged into the BBC bureau, destroying our vehicles and setting a part of the office on fire. By this time, I had learned some safety techniques, such as marking an escape route. I used it. My colleague Daniel Lack, who happened to be in a different part of the bureau, wasn't so lucky and got beaten badly. Well, with hindsight, I'd say even those days were not so bad. What followed and tragically continues to this day is horrific: the assassination of journalists. Government agencies and militant groups alike are complicit in this. Over the past couple of decades, more than 60 have been killed in the line of duty. So far, only a handful of these cases have been properly investigated, reinforcing a chilling culture of impunity when it comes to crimes against journalists in Pakistan. Not content even with the physical elimination of reporters, government agencies and security services are now using newer weapons, including financial strangulation to silence the media. Take Dawn's example. Dawn is viewed in Pakistan as the most credible media voice. Since the so-called Dawn leaks 3 years ago, powerful state institutions have made every effort to destroy the newspaper and its credibility. There has been widespread disruption of its distribution network, all in the name of national interest and patriotism. Our advertising, both government and private, has been targeted. What was Dawn's crime? Our refusal to submit to illegal demands of censorship and self-censorship. We kept reminding the government and its security services that harboring and nurturing Islamist militant groups for regional policy goals was a bad idea, that it would bring us grief. We reported on the specifics of policy. Ironically, now the Prime Minister and the military say they have zero tolerance for militancy as it harms the country. When we said as much, we were declared unpatriotic, castigated on TV channels that are no more than surrogates of the security services. We were tarred with the same brush in sustained social media campaigns. My colleagues and I were dragged before an inquiry tribunal whose aim was to find out our sources. We refused, but Dawn was made to pay dearly for our refusal. Pakistani state agencies use national interest and patriotism as the pretext to suppress free expression and to promote their own narrative about everything, from domestic power grabs to foreign policy to counterterrorism. Anyone who questions this narrative is stamped anti-state, as Dawn has been. But I recognize we are not alone. When the White House questions the veracity of serious journalism, dubs it fake news, and promote a toxic nationalistic mindset, it inspires leaders from Pakistan to India, from Bangladesh to Brazil, to curb free speech. In Pakistan, a number of media houses have capitulated to the security services. They say they toe the line only to survive. Some even counsel me to follow suit, to live to fight another day. Well, I say I have spent almost 40 years trying to tell the truth. Surrender is not journalism. Reporting the truth is. Well, for me, and hopefully for many others in the profession, capitulation is not an option. As I reflect on my professional journey that has led to this endorsement, this prestigious award by the Committee to Protect Journalists, I must acknowledge my most significant co-travelers. First and foremost, Tasneem, my wife, my soulmate, and the most formidable pillar of support through all the peaks and troughs of my career. Our daughter Paras, and my extended family that has stood by me. I need to thank particularly the Dawn team that I'm privileged to lead, for standing tall and doing its job without flinching through financial hardship and threats, and the Dawn management for backing our editorial independence. This award is for all of us, and more than that, for our fallen fellow journalists. Words fail me as I try to convey my gratitude to the Committee to Protect Journalists. You are not just honoring me, you are adding a meaningful voice to the cause of media freedom in my country. I thank you again.